Hello and welcome back to a new video on this channel. First of all, thank you to every new subscriber. I'm quite impressed that this number is growing, even I do not have any kind of professional camera, professional microphone or what else, but probably the content is an interest for you, and yeah, the channel started just to show some ham radio guys out of my country how I realize my off-grid system. Anyhow, back to the theme today. Today I want to show you this PWM charge controller from Mastervolt. The PWM is probably not the state-of-the-art anymore, but I guess some of you know that there could be an advantage in some use cases for PWM comparing to the more efficient MPPT controller. Anyhow, today I will show you that Mastervolt stuff, which is quite an expensive one, of course, and I didn't find any video of that on YouTube, so that's the reason why I review this. And I will compare this to these most famous, well-known charge controllers from China. So the funny thing is, that one is certified for 40 amps, and that one is certified for Mastervolt for 40 amps. So I guess if you compare the size, you really see the difference, that this is much more stable and comparing to that one. So let's just take a view outside. You see the size of these Mastervolts, it's much bigger. Also the display is much bigger, but the functionalities are nearly the same. You have nearly the same menus. I will come to that back later again. You see the connectors of the Mastervolt are much bigger comparing to the Chinese one. And also the chassis is massive aluminum metal. You see a lot of surface for cooling, and this is an issue over here. And may some of you remember that I highly recommend a modification on these Chinese charge controllers to add an additional heatsink. I will put the link to my video about that into the description below. Anyhow, that one is quite cheap. That has a price point of approximately 10 euros or dollars. And that one is nearly 100 or maybe even more than 100 euros or dollars. So this is nearly 10 times the price of these SCM40 PWM charge controller. Well, let's take a short view inside the Mastervolt, and then I guess you will nearly notice the difference. Yeah, this is how it looks like inside. I guess you notice the massive aluminum heatsink. All the fats are directly connected and even screwed to this metal surface. From back you see this is very huge and very heavy. And the interesting thing is, you may notice this one as well, that the high current is not only provided over the PCB, you have additional metal inside that charge controller for higher power contacts. So I guess it looks very massive, and definitely it will survive the 40 amp charge current, even with 12 volts. This one is, by the way, certified for 12 and 24 volts. It will find the voltage by itself, and of course you can change this nearly the same way like into these cheap Chinese charge controllers. So just a final word, what I like and what I don't like. What I like is, of course, you see it is very massive, and you do not have to take care on this one. You do not have to modify anything. You have a computer connection, which is not very often at PWM charge controllers, so you can connect these into the whole Mastervolt system. If you have the Mastervolt bus, for example, even with different devices, you can provide information from this device to the system as well. So you have a completely view on all the details on a computer. That's quite interesting. This is something, of course, you do not have here on the $10 thing. What I don't like, and this is definitely a don't of these Mastervolt, sorry to say, that you're not able to change the highest and lowest voltage settings for the charge. You can change the different types of batteries, but that's it. So they are completely fixed programmed for each battery. In that case, for 28.5 volt, for example, here at the Mastervolt. I guess I know the reason for that, because as many you can change, as many trouble the customers will have. You know, if you're open for the customer everything to change, of course you will have massive support issues, because probably some customers did something wrong, and then the device has a failure, and the trouble is over there on your side. So I can understand Mastervolt for doing that, but of course for $100 or €100 charge controller, I guess there should be the option to change these settings without any computer controlling. So this is definitely a minus point at these charge controller, that you're not able to change the highest and lowest voltage settings with these two buttons over here. But in total, I guess, if you're looking for a stable standalone PWM charge controller, especially if you're having sensitive receivers nearby like I have, so an MPPT is not an option, or you have some electricity on your sailboat, on an international ocean trip, what else, you will not have that much interference in electricity as well, then probably the PWM is the best choice. If you're looking for a very cheap one, just playing around and charging some ham radio batteries or what else, or electronic fans, of course, this $10 device could be an option if you do some modifications like I described in some previous videos. I hope you like this small overview about the Mastervolt's PWM charge controller. So if you like, please click the like button or the subscribe button, and see you next time for a longer video. Thank you.